Tired of waking up early to get ready for work? Have you ever considered being your own boss? If so, why not start up your own business? We might be able to share with you our insights to that. Please welcome the Group 5 members. This is Ryan. This is Mary Jane. This is Anya. This is Maureen. And this is Evelyn. Nothing is more exciting than a startup business. The enthusiasm is high, and a lot of people are excited about the new venture and the prospects that await. A lot of questions, that's for sure, but that's okay and expected, as all these questions are important, for this will have an impact in the end. So for starters, have you heard of starting up a new business? And what are your views of a startup? Let me welcome Ryan to share with you his insights to that.
Thank you, Anya. Good evening, everybody. I'm here to tackle about on how to start a business. What is startup? The term startup refers to a company in the first stages of operations. Startups are founded by one or more entrepreneurs who want to develop a product or service for which they believe there is demand. These companies generally start with high cost and limited revenue. Startups are companies or ventures that are focused on a single product or service that the founders want to bring to market. These companies typically don't have a fully developed business model and, more crucially, lack adequate capital to move on to the next phase of business. Most of these companies are initially founded by the founders. So, did you ever ask yourself, what are the views in starting a business? So I can give you 5 important things. So important thing to be considered when starting a new business is having a business plan. It is important for the following reasons. Number 1, it conveys the business ideas to attract investors to your business. Number 2, it entices professional employees to join the business. Number 3, it helps in taking effective decisions. Number 4, it identifies business strengths and weaknesses. And last but not the least, it communicates business ideas with various stakeholders. The business plan is the goals messenger that holds a strategy that will be used to achieve these goals, how challenges will be overcome, and the amount of money required to keep the business moving forward. Now, if you don't have a business plan for your business, I advise you to start by preparing a simple business plan that will provide you with summarized information about your business potential growth opportunities. Then, you do a detailed business plan. That's it.
Do you want to start a daycare center, but you want to go niche and be unique? Operating a daycare facility can be demanding and at the same time a very rewarding and profitable venture. An entrepreneur who is interested in taking care of babies and preschool toddlers and also have a business might find that opening a daycare facility would meet both desires. Before starting a daycare business, one must be prepared by carefully planning out the venture from the beginning, by researching on local and state laws that govern the daycare cum preschool education business. There must also be planning as regards space, getting insurance, developing a curriculum, hiring additional staff, advertising and registration of children. Physically, daycare facilities provide daycare services for children. largely those who are under 5 years old. Some standard daycare facilities may also run preschool programs that prepare 3 and 4-year-olds for kindergarten. Although kindergarten education is excluded from industry services, as are in-home nanny services, the daycare industry provides essential services for working-class families who have babies and toddlers. Now we're in the business plan. Perhaps the first thing to be done before starting out is contacting the local governing body of child care for relevant information regarding the opening of a daycare facility. When approaching the governing agency, ask to meet with the administrators so as to discuss your business idea and get information on how to become a licensed daycare provider. After gathering all the information, you would then need to contact the local government as regards getting a license to start, depending on the state you will be operating in. You might be required to register and pay a fee to obtain a license.
Thank you, Mary Jane, and I'm going to discuss what type of business will we do sometime in the future. Since starting a startup business is too risky for us because our limited resources, we decided to start a business where already existed in the market but it is in demand, which we chose the daycare center. We're gonna call it Lil One Daycare Center. Our mission is to be a holistic, child-focused, early learning center that helps children to develop socially, physically, emotionally, and cognitively under the care and guidance of highly trained professionals and within a child-friendly environment. And our vision is to continue to educate children while playing with them, to be part of the learning process of the children, to create leaders who will be ready to face the future with confidence and determination. Our services for children are plan, lead, and guide activities throughout the day such as reading, physical activity, and creative expression through art and song. Ensure that meals are prepared and distributed to all children. Provide guidance with safe hygiene practices. Monitor children throughout the day and ensure safety at all times. The structure of our business is limited liability partnership. And the main advantages of this structure are, for example, if the partnership fails, creditors cannot go after a partner's personal assets or income. Number 2, provides partners with greater control over how partnership is governed and profits are shared. And number 3, provides a simplified structure to manage accounting and business fees. Our human capital investment are us. Mary Jane is the directress. Ryan will be the driver who will be responsible to pick up and drop in the children. Anya is the human resource and marketing. Evelyn is accounting, and I, yours truly, Maureen, is assistant directress. Financial capital will come from us, and whoever is willing to invest like a family and friends will be so much appreciated. Our capital is just around 55,000 to 80,000. Here in the screen, you can see the sample income statement of our future business. Thank you so much. And here is Anya and Evelyn to discuss with you the challenges and difficulties and their resolution. Anya and Evelyn.
Thank you, Maureen and Mary Jane, for sharing to the class our brilliant idea. So here I am, and we'll be explaining some of the challenges that daycare business owners face, as well as how to resolve it. Number one would be health challenges. Among other challenges of a daycare are health risks. Young children are vulnerable to various illnesses, and kids often carry germs or viruses that can spread to others. This is especially risky for infants who have the most vulnerable immune system. One child with an illness can quickly spread an infection to other children, to the staff, or to the families. Failure to minimize risks and an inability to provide high-quality healthcare policies will ultimately lead to fewer customers. So, how do we resolve these? Number one, make sure to clean the learning and playing areas daily and sanitize toys regularly, especially those that come in contact with the children's mouth. Number two, provide a strict sick child policy that clearly specifies the conditions when children must stay home. Number three, your childcare center should practice isolation procedures for communicable diseases or illnesses. And number four, train your staff on proper cleaning techniques, addressing what to clean and when to clean it. Number two, establishing and maintaining trust. Every parent sees their child as a prized possession. Trust is the lifeblood of daycare centers, and without it, your business can't earn a loyal following customers. A focus on safety and quality of care are paramount, inspiring confidence in your ability to care for the children. So how do we resolve this? Number one, earning your clients' trust is essential for the success of your business. Keep in mind that high-quality childcare centers don't just have luxurious amenities and safe facilities, but they also are equipped with staff that parents trust and provide peace of mind. So one great way to establish trust is to build a positive relationship between staff and the parents, and this can easily be done by practicing good communication skills. Number two, always show genuine interest when talking to clients and convey it through proper actions. Number three, regardless of their status, race, religion, or beliefs, maintain utmost respect in every discussion. And number four, be a good conversationalist by listening and waiting for the response before answering back. Number three, child safety. For starters, your product, if you will have happy and healthy children, requires a focus on health and safety far beyond most normative work environments. Any customer's, parents in this case, is rightfully concerned with the level of service he or she is receiving, and the well-being of their children is the most prominent concern of their lives, with unparalleled expectation placed on daycare standards. This higher standards of client concern must be navigated carefully, and potential well-intentioned parental interference should be expected and dealt with tactfully and reassuringly. Finely tuned people skills will go a long way in dealing with issues of over-involvement. Even more important, however, is maintaining rigorous safety standards. So how do we resolve it? Number one, establishing a proactive policy against contagious disease. Number two, ensuring all staff is CPR certified and first aid trained. Number three, keeping records of allergies and other medical issues. Number four, providing a clean and healthy environment. And number five, providing a well-planned nutritional snacks. So take note that high rankings in the safety and health category will upset many potential issues and interference.
Thank you, Annie. In addition, I'll be discussing 3 more challenges faced by daycare business owners as well and how to resolve them. For the first one, meeting and keeping up with licensing requirements and regulations. Meeting and following proper licensing requirements and regulations is one of the essential components that many daycare centers owners face when starting a business. The childcare industry is one of the most heavily regulated industries as it has extensive regulations that must be in place. The rules and regulations primarily differ depending on what city or province the business takes place in. Regardless, failure to comply with these requirements can lead to increased inspection and audit of the company, even temporary closures. Legislators mainly focus on the facility's features, ensuring that the facilities, especially the furniture, are safe for children. To resolve or avoid this conflict, business owners must meet all requirements and ensure that paperwork regarding rules and regulations are up to date with the legislations. Meeting all requirements and licensing rules will not only avoid increased scrutiny from legislators or auditors but can also develop trust and assurance with the children's parents and their guardians. Second, establishing a qualified group of childcare staff. It is essential to leave a positive first impressions on customers for them to register their children in a daycare center. These are often among the most critical factors that owners often overlook when starting a daycare center. Having understaffed daycare centers or having overstaffed establishments with low numbers of enrollees might raise a red flag on customers or parents, leading them not to enroll their children in the daycare facility. How to resolve and avoid this? Business owners should employ that has proper training in childcare, properly screened and background checked. To undertake this challenge, business owners must choose qualified childcare staff by following the mandated requirements set by the legislators and try to exceed these requirements when it comes to hiring staff. Owners must also consider additional training such as first aid and child development related courses to increase further the quality of service that this business provides that might lead to positive feedback from the customers or parents and even increase referrals. Third, regular behavior and incident reporting. In addition to meeting the licensing regulation and establishing a qualified group of childcare staff, it is essential to provide parents with consistent updates about their children's behavior and performance in the daycare establishment. New business owners might struggle to maintain a consistent incident reporting about children's behavior in the facility. In the childcare industry, business owners and childcare staff carry a moral obligation to ensure that children are far from any danger or abuse and are not causing any threat or danger to other children. As a new business owner, it is important to remain diligent about reporting practices. Providing consistent reports increases the business credibility and fosters a safe environment. Any suspected incidents of abuse must be reported to authorities when appropriate. Business owners must consider installing CCTV cameras to monitor activities in the facility. This would help owners and daycare providers closely monitor children's behavior. So far, these are some of the challenges and resolutions that daycare business owners face.
We hope that you learned something from this video. It's a lot to muster, but it sure is a buster. So please ease up with the follow-up. And give us a smile, a clap, or a giggle. In 3, 2, and 1. Thank you.